ITWIT reading week 3. It takes role models. Attitude is contagious. The right attitudes can be particularly contagious. The best teams, organizations, units, and even countries are led by people who have the ability to influence, to inspire. These are people we can't help but want to emulate. I've built much of my educational platform on the power of this premise. Why role models matter is clear. They are living, behaving, operating in the real world in ways we hope to. Derek Jeter mattered to Russell Wilson. Russell saw behavior, character, and abilities in Jeter that he believed he could attain. So he studied, he learned, he emulated. In that journey, he became better. There's only one Derek Jeter, but Jeter's behaviors aren't copyrighted. Anyone can copy them. They were available to Russell, and they are available to anyone else who wants to emulate a person who consistently makes the correct choices. Role models matter. The most powerful role models aren't usually the ones we watch in stadiums full of screaming fans. They aren't movie stars, they aren't CEOs. They are people we see every day. Russell wanted to be like Derek Jeter, but the man he most wanted to emulate was his father, Harrison Wilson III, Harry B, as he was known to his football and baseball teammates. He was a two-sport star at Dartmouth, who went on to earn a law degree from Virginia. He was a successful attorney who raised 3 successful children, Harrison IV, Russell, and Anna. Prior to his death from diabetes complications in 2010, Russell has spent his entire life trying to follow his dad's example. I don't have much in common with the Super Bowl winning quarterback, but Russell and I do share one trait. Our dads were our heroes. My dad was an original. The best role models, like my dad or Russell's dad, can make other people believe more deeply in themselves, in the mission, in the process, in the vision. The people I aspire to emulate have helped myself, and as simple and primal as it sounds, they have helped me ultimately feel better about myself. People like Nick Bollettieri, who will still call just to see how I'm doing, or people like Russell, who sends handwritten notes to say thank you to me after every season, or people like Jimbo Fisher, who answered his phone and helped me through one of my life's toughest moments. As a young teacher in Los Angeles Unified School District, I learned this lesson on the deepest level. On my last day as a teacher in Los Angeles, I received a 3-foot by 5-foot letter from a student. He hadn't been in any of my classes. In fact, I had to think deeply to remember our interactions. But over the 2 years I'd been at that school, I had said hello to him in the hallways every time I saw him. I recognized he had a disability, and I knew how tough a physiological difference can be in high school with his other classmates. We sat down and ate together 4 or 5 times over the 2 years I was there, and he always had a smile for me and a, "Hey, hi, Mr. Moe, how are you?" I always tried to return it. As his graduation approached and the school year ended, I was excited to move on from LA. It was a tough place to teach, and I wasn't sure I was making the difference I'd hoped to. I committed to teaching at a private school in Florida with smaller classes and more resources, IMG Academy. What I'd learned opening the letter from this young man was something you'll hear from Coach Nick Saban, Coach Jimbo Fisher, and Kirby Smart when they often say, "Who you are speaks so loudly I can't hear a word you say." The letter was simple. "Mr. Moe, thank you for saying hello to me these last 2 years. You have no idea how much it meant to me." I was stunned. I realized I was a real role model. Maybe not a mentor to every student, but I had set an example by the way I lived and approached each day. I think the illusion is thinking we can choose not to carry this weight as a role model. I carried it at 21 whether I believed it or not, teaching in that school in Los Angeles. A role model is a heat seeker, not a heat deflector. We all need to be aware of this responsibility because you never know who is paying attention, and your actions may be providing an example, good or bad, for someone else. My father didn't spend every waking moment trying to mentor me, but he was always teaching me. I learned what I needed to become by watching the way he lived. I can't think of anything more powerful than being a role model and understanding the responsibility that comes with that every day.